This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Crimean, and today I'm joined by the expensive Stephen Wakefield to travel back in time to Australia's Next Top Model Season 6. The show first aired on Foxtel in 2010 and was of course adapted from the American original series with iconic host Tyra Banks. Stephen Wakefield, welcome back to The Cringe is Real.
Thanks so much for having me.
What's got you cringing this week?
What has got me cringing is that my cat, who I love so dearly, deeply, deeply, dearly, wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning every night that I have had, since I've had him, to play. He wants to play at 3 a.m. every night. So I've had broken sleep for what I've realized is 3 very long years. And I didn't know how broken my sleep was until now. And so all he wants to do is just play. That's it.
At
just
3
play
a.m.
at 3 a.m. And it's like run, jump on the back, run, jump on the head. And it's not like little cute tappy plays. It's like aggressive. I'm waking you up to play.
Wow. I feel like nothing good happens at 3 a.m.
Well, they famously
It's usually
do say...
when I get text messages
Yes.
from like a random person I met at the Peel being
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You out, you up.
To which my response is always the day after because I was asleep.
I think I texted you a couple of weeks ago.
You did. You were like, circuit? Question mark? And I'd just gotten into bed.
Oh my God. I actually forgot about that. That was a really big night. Ended up being quite a big one. Whoops.
I know.
Cringe.
I heard. Like everybody knows about it. So
Here we are.
this is a true moment in time, a true moment in history. 2010. Wow.
Like
So much has changed since
so
then.
much. So much has happened.
Firstly,
That was a real time capsule.
Right.
2010. Looking back at this, I just jumped back to Charlotte Dawson.
yes.
Charlotte
That's
Dawson.
actually a really good place to start. And I guess this is the first time I've ever done this on this podcast, but I am actually going to give a bit of a trigger content warning for this
think
one.
so. Fair.
Mainly because this show, as funny as it is to revisit, it actually made me feel really uncomfortable in terms of like the way body image is discussed on television. And then obviously with what happened to Charlotte Dawson. And if you
Yes.
don't know, Charlotte Dawson tragically took her own life very soon after this season was filmed, actually. And the beautiful part of the story is that years later, in 2014, Australian law was actually changed, and it's now known as Charlotte's Law. But basically, they toughened the Cyberbullying Act, which was quite loose,
Yeah.
and there wasn't much regulation around it. And then thanks to a friend of Charlotte's, they lobbied government and actually changed law. So that's a beautiful thing that came out of this. But
Wow.
it's weird watching Charlotte on television.
It really is. And when I actually kind of had really forgotten about a lot of that, or you know, a lot of time has passed. And rewatching this, just how jarring it is to hear people in those kind of judging positions of power just flippantly call out someone's height, weight, or whatever. And I guess it was a big thing, and it's not just Charlotte specific, it was judging specific.
Yeah.
And watching it is really jarring and really like, you just can't speak like that anymore. Or, like,
Exactly. And even like there's parts in this where it's like gay men looking at women's bodies and being like, no, not this. And there's even some bits where they tell them that their proportions and things are out. And I'm like, that's something they literally cannot change. Like, you know, it's bad enough to be like, you need to lose weight, but to tell someone that they are just like physically not perfect enough to be a model. What the fuck can they go and do about
One
that?
specific thing that I remembered from this season
Yeah.
is the length between someone's knees and ankles wasn't long enough.
Like, what?
That is an impossible thing to change and an impossible
Yeah.
thing to put into someone's mind.
Unless you want to
that
like
needs
go to
change.
Korea and
But
get your knees
That
smashed
is
or whatever.
absolutely wild to put that into
Yeah.
anyone's psyche, that something about their bones
Yeah.
and the way that they're physically built needs to change.
Also,
Wild.
we need to address as well, like, just what a time for Australian television. There is zero diversity on this cast.
It is
it
white.
literally,
White.
there's one girl that I believe is like half Egyptian.
Yes.
and they keep mentioning
They
that.
mention that a
They mention a
lot.
lot, and I think they mention it because they're trying to be like, look, we cast one girl that's not fully white, and I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they almost fetishize, like she's in the runway and they're like, oh, did you, Charlotte
do you
like
know?
turns to Sarah's like, did you know she's half Egyptian? And I'm like, oh, that's fucking
Yeah.
gross. So yeah, glad that we've come a long way since then.
I think so.
But really jarring. It just like dates it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what else dates it? Those green cars.
Ford Fiestas.
The Ford Fiesta, which is also
Honey,
the prize.
How did you think I got here today? I caught my Ford Fiesta, my
Your
lime
lime
green
green?
Ford Fiestas. Was it Zirco?
Look, lime green's having its comeback.
I actually did. I thought about wearing all lime
Or
green.
lime green with a little brat.
Yeah,
and
Charlie
singing,
Pratt.
Charlie's bringing back
She's
lime
like,
green
yes.
from the 2010s, bitch.
Absolutely. So I guess like those zippy little Ford Fiestas are everywhere.
Wild. Also, what dates it is, and which I kind of love, is the theme song. Don't stop, too hot, I pop, I rock, I wanna be on up. It's like a Rogue Traders.
It is
track?
indie sleaze.
Yes. It's got indie sleaze. It's like
which is coming
TV
back,
rock.
which is coming back.
I can't wait for this to come back. This
Yes.
whole genre, it's been dead for too long.
Well, way too long. I actually listened to the theme song as I was walking over here,
great.
and I put on my Christian Dior wraparound sunglasses, and I strutted through
And
with
you
my
said, "Do you know
faux fur
what?
coat,
I feel
my
expensive.
Jeffrey Campbell boots.
Carlos and Patty. Oh my god. Yeah, so now that we've got all that out of the way, let's go through this season. It's actually really enjoyable, even though it's fucked. But the first episode is called The First Step. We meet the judges. The expensive Alex Perry.
Expensive.
Like, what can I say? So, not only is he Lisa Rinna's favourite fashion designer, which says a lot.
A lot.
He's also the only person that's on every season of this show. So he's the judge on
Yes.
every season. The rest of the panel chops and changes like pretty much every year. But he's the mainstay. How do you find Alex on this show?
I mean, there's a place for him in the canon,
Yeah.
and it's in 2010.
Yeah.
So I think he's really in his element in 2010.
Yeah. The famously heterosexual
Famously.
Alex Perry.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, straight pride for everybody.
Which almost makes it worse because
Yeah.
before I was like, oh, gay men like judging women's bodies. I'm like, even worse for him.
Yeah.
Like what?
What?
So wild.
That very, very wild.
Charlotte Dawson, RIP,
Yeah.
we've spoken about. Jez Smith.
Hubba.
I literally,
Hot.
so I was telling Stephen before, I watched this show when it was airing, like weekly with my girlfriend at school, in like high school, and we thought it was the best thing ever. And I used to think Jez Smith was like so
My
hot.
God. And do you know what? Still is. Wouldn't
Wouldn't
I
say no.
would.
Not
I wouldn't
no.
kick him out of bed for eating cookies or
And
submitting bad photographs of models.
the face is frozen because like I sent you a photo from his Instagram, and
Yeah.
looking good, Jez. Such a Sydney gay, like the ultimate
Ultimate.
Sydney gay,
Buffed and plucked.
buffed and plucked.
Yeah.
Sarah Murdoch.
I mean, there needs to be more representation of Sarah Murdochs in this world.
What an absolute wet lettuce of a host.
I mean.
Firstly, her voice. It's like, I'm going to try and do it. Like, girls. Oh, hello, girls. It's me, fashion icon Sarah Murdoch. No, I can't even do it. It's like,
It's like
an old woman.
It's kind of like auntie.
Yeah.
It's like auntie sound. Like,
no.
G'day, girls.
Kimberly.
I think that
actually,
you really took a good picture this week, but your attitude really sucked. And for that, you won't be next top model. That was a bad impression also. Don't come for me, Sarah. Please don't. I don't have billions.
But she's still quite likable. She seems really nice, but I'm also like, what are you doing here? And then you realise, her surname. This is literally a fucking Foxtel show.
Yeah.
Murdoch owned media.
Yeah.
They were like, do you want this gig?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And I think after having like Jodie Mears.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
Jodie
before.
Mears.
And then she was Canon and Sarah.
Then I think it was, who was it? Erica Haynatz?
Yes.
Then it was Jennifer
Hawkins.
with
That's
Megan
right.
Gale on the judging panel.
That's right.
Which was like, that was when
I think that was
and then
cream of
it
the
just
crop.
fizzled out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
I
is
mean,
it time
but
to-
also...
is it time
Have
to
we
bring it
it
back?
No, because it's on 10 Play. It's on...
well,
it's,
yes,
it's back
so that's the other
online.
thing.
Sorry,
So-
I don't know if I'm...
Yeah,
like,
no, so it's on
jumping
10 Play
keys.
at the
It's on-
moment.
it's
Or
back.
like, it's got a channel. You
Yes.
can't, don't think you can choose
It's-
which episode to watch, but if you put on the channel and you wait for season 6 to come up,
It will. So
Yeah.
I think maybe they're bringing it back. There is, I think, a world in which Next Top Model Australia comes back.
bring it back.
Who would you have host?
What about Miranda Kerr? What's she doing these days?
Well, I know. I think Miranda would be a good
she
one.
was
but
never
Do
involved.
you know who I was thinking about? Sherilyn Barnes as the host of Next Top Model. G'day, Chookies. G'day, Chookie girls.
It's me, Sherilyn Barnes here. She would be amazing.
She would be amazing,
She'd like,
but
get the fuck off. Out
every
of here,
week, you know who would
mole.
win?
Yeah.
Sherilyn Barnes.
Wow, she would be amazing.
I would love that. It would be like an internet crossover.
Even Drag Race guest judge.
I mean,
but have her. Yeah.
that would be
the shtick.
incredible.
All right, so we meet these girls. The first one we meet is Chantal, the diversity hire.
Yeah.
She's Italian Egyptian. She's a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Kimberly from the GC.
Welcome,
Breakout star.
superstar, megastar.
Superstar.
The whole season centers around her
And her trauma around being a meter maid.
in a bikini. I get it. That's
I fully
amazing.
get it.
But she is, I think, just one of the most incredible people to watch. And I'm sure we'll go through more and more. But she is.
There's more on Kimberly.
She is great.
Yeah.
She looks like Julia Stiles in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
In the first
She does.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got that button.
Yes.
plump face.
Yes.
Brittany is 16 from South Australia. They all look the same. I'm not going to pretend that they
know.
don't. But at this
Yes.
point, I was like, haven't we just met
It was
you?
like a group of nice pussycat dolls where they all kind of looked shades of each other.
A lot of them are like 16, 17,
Yeah.
which again makes me very
I
uncomfortable.
know. Too young to be judged.
Too young to be judged, and particularly in this way. Like that
Yes.
is peak body image bullshit territory, right? And you're putting these girls like, oh my God.
I know.
What was the world?
I mean, I actually was talking about this last night with our friend of the pod, Mia Ver.
Oh, amazing.
Everyone back in the early 2000s to 2010s, everyone was so harsh.
Yeah.
Everyone was harsh. The humor was harsh. It was like to survive socially, you had to be harsh. And then, very luckily, it has changed. Now being nice is like a
It's expected.
It's expected, but
I
it's
guess-
like it'll get you further, and people understand that actually being nice and working well is better than being awful and fighting your way through.
I guess what we
back
have
then,
now,
everyone was so
it was harsh, and it was
Yeah.
this whole thing of like, but it's a competition, so
Yeah.
we're allowed to be cutthroat. It's like,
Yeah.
and there was the whole thing of like, well, whoever wants it the most will win, and
Yeah.
that's changed a bit.
Yes.
Now it's like, oh no, we're here to like,
Yeah,
showcase talent and like learn things and blah blah.
definitely.
But yeah, also now I guess it's like you're either in like team woke and you want to support all of this good stuff. Mental health is serious, blah blah blah, or you're like far in the other direction and you're still living in the 2010s. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
it is a tough one.
Sophie is a 19-year-old Avon lady.
Ding
Wow.
dong, Sophie calling.
She looks older than 19. It's the
Yeah.
it's the haircut and the style,
The white lips,
and
the white lipstick.
white lipstick, and too much makeup. She
Yeah.
looks much older.
What does Charlotte say? Tandoori tan?
Yes,
Yeah.
the tandoori tan.
The tandoori tan.
And even from the
Ooh.
start, they're like, "Oh, Sophie, darling, just take off all the makeup, please.
You got a beautiful face.
Beautiful face under that.
When
She's
she
genetically
does.
blessed.
Yeah, genetically
They
blessed.
say genetically blessed a lot, which I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, Virgin Blue is still an airline. The whole
I'm
show was
shocked. I'm like-
the whole show is sponsored by Virgin Blue. Every time they're at the airport, it's like
That is so
Virgin
funny.
Blue, and we see them all pile in at Sydney. We meet Valeria, another blonde 17-year-old. Kelsey is 19, and she's so cute.
She is so cute.
Yeah.
She is so cute.
And Kelsey deserves a public apology, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a reason that we'll get to at the end. But also, so Alex Perry was on her the whole season about being short.
Yeah.
I looked it up. She is 4 centimeters shorter than Amanda.
That is not
4 centimeters.
That is not enough to harass this poor
He
person.
literally was like, "Oh, will spank me and call me stupid if I just thought that somebody told me that models are supposed to be tall, but I guess they're not." And I'm like, Alex, mate, like, fuck off.
Not the one. 4 centimeters. I'm actually really shocked by that.
Yeah, me too. Because it was
Kelsey,
a
we're
plot line
sorry.
throughout the whole show.
It really was. And every time she was like in the judging panel, like, "Oh, hi, little short ass. What are you
He
doing
would
here?"
literally
And
be
it's
like, and he like let it not like be known
Like-
to all the other judges that he was like not Team Kelsey because she was a short ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Jessica is unemployed and has those big eyes. She's got that look.
Dolly.
She's
She's a real Dolly girl.
This Dolly
like,
look
beautiful.
Yes, this look was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a Frankie
Like
Frankie
little
magazine.
little tiny
Yeah.
Dolly lips and big
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Emma Stone-esque.
Yeah.
Like really that big
Wafy.
features and wafy.
This was
Yeah.
really in at that time.
Yeah.
There's one from Machuca. He's got freckles.
Oh, she loves her freckles.
She's like, "Oh, I love my freckles."
I love her freckles too.
And this is a great moment when they first meet Sarah Murdoch. And Sarah's like, "Hi, girls." And they're all like, and they all go, "Oh, wow, she's just had a baby.
Oh my god, that's
She looks really
right.
good. And she's got long hair now." And she's wearing like this huge wig.
Like this big wig. It's like a lot of extensions, a lot of
Yeah.
everything. That was a lot. It was really confronting seeing her in that first shot. It was like,
And just having all these
And all
17-year-olds be like,
oh,
I
yeah,
can't
she had
believe
a
she's just had a baby. She looks amazing.
Yeah, baby. Like, like actually,
Yeah.
it's good that they were able to judge her a little bit for,
Yeah.
I guess, having a baby. But she looks gorgeous otherwise.
She looks great.
Yeah.
We also meet Amanda, who's 17, a high school student, also from South Australia. I feel like there's a lot of people from South Australia on this
Yeah.
season, which also explains why they all look the same and they're quite boring.
Yeah.
That's right, South Australia, I'm coming for you. It's Australian Fashion Week.
Rosemount.
Rosemount Australian Fashion Week. How dare I rob Rosemount of that plug? And it's the Harper's Bazaar fashion show with Claudia, who is fucking heaven.
Like,
Thank God for Claudia.
actually, why isn't she not the host?
She could be the host.
There's something about she has like the actual
Oh.
job, the flair,
Her and that choppy
the joie de,
fringe.
the joie de vivre.
So we meet Claudia, and we also meet model mentor Josh Flynn. Wow. And tap coach.
Tap coach, who gets a little spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
Tap solo in the finale.
The tap solo is probably like the best moment of this.
The best.
And there's a lot of moments in contention.
Yes,
But the tap solo
And
stands out.
It really stands out. He also like plays like he comes across as an auntie as well.
Yeah, but he's a mean, bitchy auntie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
he is an outright cunt to some of these girls. There are scenes where he's just like, there's a scene where someone is like opening up about their body image issues or whatever. And he goes, his response is, do you know what? I think you're just going to have to grow up a little bit. It just seems to be his answer. Or someone starts
He does-
crying.
oh my God.
And he's like,
I love Little Missy
no.
Who Cries.
He's like, nah.
Little Missy Who Cries. I can't remember her name. Sorry.
I feel like they all cry.
She's just like, I'm just highly emotional. I cry at everything. And then in a shoot, she just starts crying. The Mad Men shoot. She starts crying.
Oh my God.
And then he's like, you
Mad
need to
Men?
grow up, bitch.
It's very, 2010s. Mad Men was big. The Great Gatsby was big. It was flapper dresses. Everything was like remixes of
Yes.
flapper. Nah.
It was like electro swing.
Electro swing was all
King.
the things. Electro swing was big. They get ready for the shoot, and in a cruel but entertaining twist, not everyone will walk in the show. Which was like,
it felt
so mean from the
bad.
beginning. Like, give them all a spot in the show.
Like
come on.
You judge them basically on nothing, and then go.
And
Sorry, you're not walking, and also you're going home.
Claudia was great. That she was all too happy to break the news to the girls that don't walk. So she's fashion Claudia. She goes up to Catherine. She goes, darling, you're not going to walk tonight. I mean, you're slim and everything, and it's just not the right proportions.
I mean, isn't it better
What?
coming from a European fashion editor
Yeah.
than an Australian model married
Yeah,
to a Murdoch?
or just a tap. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather hear it from her, but still, proportions cannot change them.
You can't change them. But also, like, don't let them come to Sydney and get into this
I
experience and
know.
then go,
Do the measurements
chop, chop.
beforehand.
Like, yeah. It was a real like narrative boost to go.
Yeah.
Oh, and 4 or 5 girls aren't going to make it in the first episode.
Which was fun.
Plot twist.
A Chuka girl also gets let down.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Sorry, bub.
And Josh is like, suck it up, girls. Rejection is this industry is just built around rejection.
Exactly.
So you better start getting used to it.
Much like tap dancing, modeling is built around rejection.
Look, clearly someone's been rejected from the tap community. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're being a model mentor, Josh.
Also, where's your high proportions, Mr. Josh Flynn?
Well, the proportions for Josh are all in the fringe section.
No,
But
the
that
loaf.
hair-
The Aurico hair, a loaf. Like a drag queen loaf.
Huge loaf of hair sitting on
Yeah.
top.
Wow.
Sarah tells us that there's too many girls, 16 girls already, and they're going to have to do a big cull this week, which I was like, amazing.
Cringe.
Get rid of them.
Oh, you're like, chop, get rid of them. I'm like, oh, those poor girls.
At the show, Amanda is a natural. Alex is like, she's already looks like a model. And I was like,
There's
Tea?
so much in this show and so many crosses to like little
Yeah.
flashes of Amanda doing well that I'm like, they
they're
really push
Yeah,
her
they're pushing
narrative.
Amanda straight. She does look model.
She looks incredible.
She looks great.
She's beautiful.
Alex Perry calls one of the girls horsey. He's like, she's a little bit horsey. And I was just dying. And then this is when Alex and Charlotte start their fight over
Okay.
Kelsey's height.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why?
And Charlotte's like, I will stab Alex with a Botox needle. And so Charlotte is just like Team Kelsey from the start.
Good.
Yeah, someone had to be. Fuck.
Yeah.
The poor thing. They squeal when they get to the model house. It's the
Oh my God. Yes.
the house moment.
Yes.
Love that. Love that. It's actually a nice house.
It's a
though.
beautiful house.
Sometimes on this show they get like some budget
Yeah.
thing, but this is like a stunning sitting home
Gorgeous.
with a pool.
They had Ford Fiesta money this season, so they've
Ford
put
Fiesta
it into that
money.
into that mansion,
Thank
and
God
it's
this
like
house.
decked out, real like mod for
Yeah.
2010 mod.
Yeah.
like funny chandeliers and an orange shag. and-
Yes.
yeah,
It's giving
Beautiful.
2010s
It was
reality
really
TV
gorgeous.
house.
Yeah,
They do a 50s style photo shoot. And this is when the kind of, look, I'm going to say it was bullying. Like trying to think of a way to word this. It was bullying of Kimberly begins.
Yes.
So one of the girls finds out she was a meter maid, and that kind of
Yes.
becomes like a point of tension. It's
Uh-huh.
like,
but in like looking back in 2010, it was everyone just needed to cut everyone down, whereas now you'd be like, that is sick.
But
you're
also,
a meter maid, like you're only
how
you're, but
old
you're both,
was she as a meter maid?
But you both made it onto the same show, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're a meter maid or whatever you were. You're both on the same show, competing for the same thing.
Can meter maids be
18?
underage?
Wait, so how old was she? Wait, hang on.
This is raising
Kimberly
all
was
kinds of
19,
questions.
19 years old
Yeah,
in this.
I think so.
And then...
She said she wasn't meant to make previously.
Okay,
I'm
it
hoping
must
she
have
was
been
of
like
age.
18 to 19.
Look, I don't know what
hopefully.
goes on up there in the GC.
I know, in the GC.
Sarah drops a bomb on the girls at judging. She's like, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 girls. Girls. 5 girls. We'll be going home. And I was like, oh my God, Sarah, you cruel woman.
So cool. But this world is full of rejection.
You got to get used to it.
Yeah. Wow.
So 5 of them go.
5.
Can't remember their names, but
I know.
oh my God, no, something happens. It's so funny. At the judging, Alex Perry goes, when Kimberly comes out, it's almost like she works at Hooters. And then Sarah goes, oh no, she
does.
She does work at Hooters.
Oh, she does. Oh no.
I
She does.
screamed.
Like again,
And then
it's like
he goes,
slut-shaming.
well, there you go.
Like this big... Yeah, well, there you go. I called it.
She works at
but
Hooters.
he would have been given like a packet about every girl and know everything about them. They did that too.
Well, I don't know
think-
if they did. Like, I mean, obviously, this season is cursed from start to
Cursed.
finish. But like,
God.
I don't know what production we're doing, but they weren't
Yeah.
worried about the safety or
At all.
well-being of
At all.
anyone involved
Uh-uh.
at any point. So, yeah, I feel like there's like a thesis in this show.
It really is.
Like, fucking hell. But they keep Hooters, which is Kimberly. And then, 5 bargain bin girls go home.
well,
See ya.
a cut above the rest at Hooters.
Episode 2 is called 21st Century Denim.
Here we go.
This is the Jeans for Jeans Day shoot.
Yes.
Love this. So they've got to like wear the jeans and be like, I love my jeans because, and then insert your personality into the thing. What would you say?
I mean, my butt looks pretty grabbable in Levi jean too.
Grabbable.
Grabbable. But you've
Perfect.
really got to say grabbable.
Say grabbable, Kelsey.
Grabbable.
The slut shaming of Kimberly continues on set here.
Yes.
Everyone's laughing at her because she rocks up to every set and she's like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I'm just a bogan from fucking home.
She really is the breakout star.
And they treat her like being from the Gold Coast is like a handicap.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's like so mean.
Well,
but
and
kind of
for
correct.
but I'm like, for no reason. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like,
Just let her be a bogan.
yeah.
There's more love for boganness now. Like maybe back then we were
Definitely.
feeling shame and, you know,
Yeah.
the culture
Or-
cringe comes into play here.
I think
I think
so.
we were all like trying to pretend we're European
Well,
and
yes,
sophisticated
and I
and then
think
she's being
when you're,
Aussie.
yeah, 100%. And when you're watching like Australia's Next Top Model and putting it against Britain with Elle McPherson and then America with Tyra, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at all those classy girls from Adelaide and then that bogan from the GC. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really to make, I think, some sort of point or narrative.
Oh my God, the channel. Then they have to host a show on Channel V. Again, so Channel V takes me right back.
Oh, I love Channel
this
V
guy,
so much.
this fucking guy's hair. It's like the swoop. He's got like a swoopy, which I had that fucking same hair at this
Oh,
time.
same. And I
Swoopy hair.
straightened mine
Oh.
to an inch of its life.
And this was so fucking funny. They have to they have to introduce an OK Go song. And they're like referencing Zoolander. I'm
Oh
like,
my God. It's really the best.
And then Kimberly they have to like improv, and Kimberly's like, yeah, I love going to a gig and jamming out, you know,
Mosh pitting.
moshing pitting.
Yeah, you know, jumping around and mosh pitting and
Mosh
moshing pitting.
And this guy is like, and then
He's
she's
like,
like,
"Ah."
oh, fuck. And then she's like swearing on camera. She's like, oh, fuck this, fuck that.
Oh, but they also keep saying that it's playing live on Channel V. Oh, yeah, this is playing
Please,
live.
honey.
This is playing live.
And they're all doing the
And then
same script.
But then
Yeah.
the win is that they get to play it live the next day.
Yeah.
It's like narrative. But-
Jess was natural, and she actually knew
course.
like the name of a band, so
Yes.
she won.
Or her favorite collaboration.
Oh, that's right.
Madonna.
Collaborations. And it was-
Collaborations? Well, oh, they
wasn't
knew
it
a collaboration.
Justin Timberlake and
Madonna.
Madonna.
4 minutes to save the world. I mean, take us back. Time capsule.
Who was it? One of them like didn't know what a collaboration
It's like,
was.
oh, yeah, I like collaborations.
was it
What's your favorite
Kimberly?
collaboration? Rock and roll.
Yeah. That's right. Then they do a photo shoot on some scaffolding. All the photo shoots are like so like in America's Next Top Model, all the photo shoots were heavily themed.
Yes.
They were a lot of fun.
Yes.
Australia's Next Top Model was very like, the shoots were like, I would say they were almost like more realistic to actual modeling.
Yeah.
But as a result, were less fun.
Yeah.
When you say,
well, they come across as budget because say the States, they'd be like, you've got to be an inflatable balloon across a pool.
Exactly. These ones are like,
Simple.
here's some scaffolding.
You need some money from that. This is like, oh, here we'll put up a 10-foot scaffolding and you have to be at the top.
But even when they do spend money on the shoots, they're always really like tight shots. So you can't even see the extravagant location or whatever. And they're all really like washed out. I don't know. There's something about these photos where I get they're going for like contemporary, but it just, to me, it's like not fun.
Yes. It was something like, it was really washed out. This denim shoot in particular was like, you could barely see their faces. They just look like eyes and legs.
Exactly. And they all fucking look the same as it is.
Yeah.
So then these shoots come out and you're like, who the fuck is that?
What is this?
Yeah. They continue the bogan shaming of Kimberly by calling her unprofessional on set, which I'm like, I'm sorry, she was bantering with the photographer.
I know. And do you know what?
Come on now.
I think you need to have some banter with the photographer.
I agree.
That's going to produce an incredible shoot. But they're just like, oh, yeah, she was making too many jokes.
But I'm like, great. And she was memorable.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like full Team Kimberly at this point. They read her to filth at the judging. Amanda, however, teacher's pet, Amanda, gets the first expensive of the season. Expensive was like Alex Perry's like touchdown.
It really was. It's interesting to think that I guess he was the Randy from American Idol and Charlotte was the Simon Cowell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they keep Kimberly in for the drama, clearly.
Yeah.
They don't even disguise this fact, I think.
No.
Because they're like, your photo sucked and you were unprofessional on set. But you're staying in the competition.
Well, I guess there was just worse pictures, right?
We say goodbye to Megan? I don't know.
Bye, Megan.
Bye. Episode 3 is called Before and After, and we know what that means.
Makeovers! I mean, this is why you watch the show. The first two episodes are like, whatever. But that makeover show episode on any cycle, any country was the one that you watched.
I actually sometimes when I'm a bit hungover I will just watch the makeover episode from a random season of Top Model. I was going to say
like super cuts of them freaking
well, there's
out.
Those two.
That's like,
but you just watch the makeover episode. Yeah. It's the best one.
It is the best
one. And
one.
this one stacks up.
It's good.
It's really, really good. You've got all the classics. You've got someone who wants long hair getting short hair.
Yeah.
Sophie. Let's just jump straight into Sophie. So, wow.
I mean, Sophie.
The $300 extensions?
Well, I mean, but also there's like, oh, we've got to change your color. We've got to cut it shorter. And it's like they didn't cut it shorter. They just changed the color.
It looked bad. Because they were like, it was kind of mullety, which I didn't hate, but like, you just needed to style it. When it was like slicked back, it looked cool. Yeah. But sometimes it was a bit boofy.
And also like she was just straightening it. She was just like, like down scarecrow hair, which is...
It was scarecrow hair.
Not great.
So they cut it a little bit shorter and they darken a bit, but it's still fucking blonde.
Yes.
And then she gets home and just starts attaching these like peroxide blonde extensions.
But they're the same. They're the right height, so it does look pretty good. And you see her cutting through the two-tone. She looks like a skunk.
And they're all like, she looks like a skunk.
She looked like a skunk.
Kimberly gets a little sophisticated edge. It's like a dark red little bob.
She looks incredible.
It's great.
She goes from being like, GC meter maid, love,
to fashion pop girly.
Like, incredible. Yeah. I have looked her up. She's back to blonde.
Oh. Okay. Is she back to meter maiding?
No. Not that I know of.
Kelsey gets bangs.
Kelsey gets bangs. What a transformation.
Like, wow. And I love it. She's like, oh yeah, looks the same, but
and
kind of
also
adds a little.
You rarely see her in bangs the rest of the season.
Well, this is the thing. They give them these makeovers and then they go to the next shoot and it's like, oh, here, all wear these wigs. I'm like, what? They fucking put them in these wigs right after the makeover. Yeah. It's so bizarre. Amazing. they get so the Sarah Males. When you talk about the Sarah Males, which fucking amazing. Firstly, they come on like this like Nokia 3315
Yes.
phone. And then secondly, it's always like a quote from a celebrity and the girls never know who it is. They're
know.
like, Lou Reed. I don't know who that is.
Is that the one
Coco
who...
Chanel, who's that?
The one with Brooke Shields is Kimberly, and Kimberly goes, "Oh, is that the woman who opened her leg in the movie? You see up her skirt? Oh no, someone different. Oh,
But they never know. But
Amazing.
then without fail, each episode they will edit in a girl going, I don't know who that is. I'm like,
know who that is.
gripping television, seeing teenagers not know who Lou Reed is. But then, so firstly, I didn't realize Vivid Festival was this old. So it's Vivid,
Yeah.
and it's got the same shit logo. I'm like, Vivid changed the logo.
no, keep it.
Because like we went
This
this
is back.
It looks bad.
Not great.
I was like, no wonder I hate that logo. It's from
it's
before
old.
2010.
Yeah.
And Lou Reed was curating Vivid Festival this year, which I was like, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. I
Yeah.
have no recollection of that.
No,
but then
neither.
Also,
We were
I
too-
think
we
I
were
was
too
a
young.
teenager and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
dumb going, who's Lou Reed?
But they have to stand still as statues at this party.
Oh my God, this is my dream job.
Me
I don't
too.
even want to be a model. I just want to be a light fixture.
Standing
I just want
still.
to stand still at a party while people have drinks around me and I just get to stand there and just
Yeah.
do different poses to different lightscapes.
Amazing. And then, I love this. And they throw in like pretend reporters to like interview them. And Amanda falls for it and starts
Amanda.
talking to the fucking reporter and then
Yeah.
gets grilled at
But then-
judging. Like, you can't just talk to
But
anyone.
also
You're,
doesn't-
you're being paid by a client.
Someone else does.
Yeah, a few of them do.
Yeah. And then it's like, I mean, it's not, that is really not gripping.
I know.
Boring.
They do a beauty shoot and Ashton is eliminated. And I wanted to draw your attention now to my other favourite part of the show, which is she lives in a different world. She,
Stop.
that song!
That song. Oh my God.
She lives in a different world.
It
she
is truly the worst song I've ever
knows her
heard.
beauty. And we get it every episode.
And I have rewatched the whole season in the last week.
Wow.
And I've had that song stuck in my head more than I've had Chapel Roan stuck in my head. And every time I just see a girl walking away, I just go, she lives in a different world.
But I love it because it's like, clearly it was just some royalty-free song. And then it's
Definitely.
like, where does she go? Where is this different world?
Well,
Do they go?
Yeah.
Did she enter another realm?
I think.
It's great.
Well, they go
So
out of the
catchy.
warehouse and into the real.
The carriage works.
The carriage works.
warehouse. Oh my God. The warehouse. So like, again,
love it.
I love just
I love it.
slow motion shots of skinny, like white blonde girls walking into the Carriage Works warehouse. Like, fuck yes.
I know.
Sums up my
Carriage
childhood.
Works is the real character of the show. It's the real
Pretty
judge.
warehouse. It just looks very fashioning.
Yeah.
Episode 4 is called Nowhere to Hide. And the girls wake up to another throwback, Michael Klim in the pool.
Michael Klim.
I love him. Like, bit hot, right? I mean,
Hot.
give me a bald man with a gap tooth and like a
Hot.
swimmer's
Oh my-
body.
yeah,
like,
please.
fuck off.
Please.
He was also like, he was a hottie
Yes.
at the time. He was very, yeah. Remember when like swimmers were a big deal?
Yeah, I mean the Olympics were a big deal.
Yeah.
Are the Olympics big now?
like,
I'm not sure.
who are the swimmers now? Like, when we were kids, obviously it was like
Oh,
Thorpe,
Kieran
Clem,
Perkins,
Kieran Perkins.
like-
who are they now? I don't fucking know. Name a swimmer.
Name 'em.
Name 'em.
Name 'em.
I don't know.
Name 'em.
I could not name a swimmer.
I couldn't name a single swimmer.
No. I
Yeah.
think that.
Don't
Thank
cancel
you,
us
thank
for
you
this.
for
I know
coming
it's
to my TED Talk.
I know it's 2024 Paris Olympics. Don't cancel us.
He takes them for a little swim. The swim is so funny. It's like,
Yes.
girls, get in the pool. He just like pushes them
Get
in
in
the
the
pool.
pool.
They have to like do like, it's just not a big pool.
It's
And it's free. It's like in winter.
it's winter.
They have to like run up one way and then like swim back, crammed in this tiny pool. And then Cheyenne Totsy rocks up.
I mean,
fucking
maybe Cheyenne should be the new host.
No, she was. I think he was the host.
Was
I
she
think,
a host?
I think in for like one season.
I thought she like mentored, but maybe she
Oh
was
no,
a
she was
host.
the mentor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
live for this bitch.
I
She's
mean-
so hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote this down because this quote is so funny. She walks in and her opening line is, and this is verbatim, So she's like flopping around a big sexy. She goes, so I basically just flew in from New York to shoot the Mambo Goddess campaign. So yeah, like that's just no biggie. Like she goes, I basically just flew in from New York.
I mean,
to shoot the Mambo Goddess campaign.
yeah, no biggie.
I love it.
Like, now that's Australiana. That's canon.
Canon, like
Justice for Mambo. Who knew?
she shows them some bikini poses, and this is great because they're all just like she's just like lying down on her, like she looks hot, but like she's stunning. So it's like
incredibly
of course
attractive.
they're all
She
really
is genetically blessed.
She's genetically blessed,
Yeah.
and that hair.
That hair.
She's like lying on her stomach, like rolling around. Then Catherine is a bit nervous because she's like, I'm sorry, I've got no boobs. And I'm like, oh my God, this show. And this is when the show descends into like darkness because Kimberly is really not comfortable doing this.
Oh.
And instead of being like, are you okay? Or like, they literally just like, oh, how annoying. There are girls that would love to be
A million girls would kill for this job. And it's like...
And Cheyenne Tatsy's like, I didn't fucking sign up for like being a therapist. So she like chases her into the bedroom and she's like, what's going on? It's so awkward.
And then and Sophie calls her out.
Yeah, Sophie's like, why be here?
Why be here? And then Kimberly does that thing where she just goes, looks at Sophie dead in the eye and goes, thanks, and storms off.
But like in the girl's defense, Kimberly's like, so I've been triggered by being a meter maid and I vowed that I'd never wear a bikini ever again. Have you not seen this show?
Yeah.
Like,
unless maybe production said like, oh, if you don't want to wear a bikini, you can wear a one piece or something different. And then they've gotten to it and it's like, actually, surprise, you've got to wear a bikini.
I think they knew she was going to get upset and they just let it happen.
I think so.
The Gold Coast shaming continues.
Yeah.
And then they meet Alex Perry and Megan Gale.
Whoa.
Megan, I love Megan Gale.
I mean, she's actually so beautiful.
Just gorgeous and like the most lovely person ever. And she's got the hottest husband in the entire universe.
Hubba, hubba.
And she's doing swimwear. It's her first show.
Yes.
And again, not all the girls will qualify for this runway show. So mean.
It's so mean.
But also...
They're just going to be there standing. It's like you surely have the right amount of bikinis.
And poor Catherine with the no boobs gets not picked again.
Again.
So mean.
People with no boobs like to wear bikinis.
Exactly.
Like...
No boobs pride.
Yeah.
But Kimberly gets the show, which is hilarious and so orchestrated, but we love it.
Yes.
And of course the girls like kick off. Like Sophie is fucking pissed, mate.
Yeah.
They do Megan Gale's debut swim show and Joanna wins a trip to Hayman Island flying Virgin Blue.
I mean, that's a really good prize.
Great prize.
That's a great prize.
And even Sarah's like, my new best friend, maybe you could take me.
I'll let you win the show if you take me.
That's pretty much. I was like, Sarah, can't you fly the Murdoch jet?
Yeah, come on. She has her own private, surely.
Exactly. Then the photo shoot is the old summer shoot in winter gag. So it's like, we always shoot out a season. You got to do the bikini shoot in winter and it's freezing.
Is this when they send them to the mountains or is this the beach?
No, this is the beach
This
one.
is the beach.
Yeah. They love making them
but
cold.
Sydney winter is not that cold.
Yeah, I know, but they're whinging like it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Then Sophie gets taken back to Joe Bailey, who we didn't even like. Icon Joe Bailey. Firstly,
we have really skipped over.
We did skip over Joe Bailey. Like he was the
Joe Bailey.
Joe Bailey did the makeovers. No stranger to this pod because he features. You stop that, Frida. Got a tiny chihuahua trying to ruin the Joe Bailey bit.
She just wants to be a part of the Joe Bailey skit.
She's like Joe Bailey.
I love Joe Bailey.
Joe Bailey, also drama of Real Housewives of Sydney season 1. The tiny little diamond comment, like he's iconic. Anyway,
yes,
love Joe. So Sophie gets taken back because they're like, do you know what? We actually want to cut off more of your hair and piss you off even more. You didn't get it pissed off enough.
Charlotte actually calls her out, I think, in a previous runway.
Yes.
There's something not right with your hair.
Get her back.
You need to get that done again.
Yeah.
And Sophie's like, oh, yeah, I don't really like it either.
Yeah.
And then so they send her back to Joe.
Send her back.
Yeah, the very capable hands of Joe Bailey.
At judging, it comes down to Kimberly and Chantal. And once again, they keep Kimberly. So you can't just keep putting her in the bottom and keeping her.
Yeah. Well,
Tyra would never.
Never. But then maybe the picture was better. Or maybe they just needed the drama to continue. I
don't know.
Something along
They'd
those
kept
lines.
the half Egyptian person for at least
I
4
forgot.
episodes now. So they're like, great, we can get rid of it now.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Episode 5 is called Looks of the Street. And get ready, girls, because we're going to fashion capital, Melbourne.
The big fashion capital.
I have
This
much to talk about.
This
in
gave me
episode.
so much nostalgia, and I actually was just
So-
like, I remember this is the Melbourne that I wanted to move to. This is
Yes.
the Melbourne I wanted to be a part of. This was everything.
Firstly,
everything.
so the Langham Hotel.
Oh my god, the Langham! Oh, the Langham!
So I used to
God,
work
this
at the Langham, and they have so my favorite chaotic gay from the Langham, Ricardo. Shout out, hey girl. Features in this episode. He's just like a sassy Brazilian that works at the Langham.
Oh my god!
And he greets the girls at the luxury
This is
5-star
so
hotel
funny.
in South Bank. And then not only do we get Ricardo from the Langham, we get Alana fucking Hill.
I know, Alana.
Like, actually, she should host season 11.
Good call for her new brand.
Has she got a new brand?
Yeah, it's like La La Love or something.
Oh, yeah.
La 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 Lover. I don't know, along those lines.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, Alana Hill was really just
She was a moment in time.
a real icon. Still is, but was such an icon of
Yeah.
that time. And just the red lips and the big hair.
Just the big hair.
The bow.
Yeah.
She was a dolly.
Yeah.
And then all her girls look like dollies.
Yeah.
Like everyone that worked
Very
there.
dolly. The only
yeah.
thing that was missing from this episode was Bettina Liano.
Where's Bettina?
Justice for Bettina.
I know.
Alana's great. She makes them all purr like cats and stuff. She's like, she goes to Catherine, have you got a pussy? And they're all like, "Woo." And the girls think she's like crazy
So
bag lady.
cuckoo.
It's so good.
But also, when they before they go to see Alana, they go to Melbourne's GPO.
oh my God.
And that was like the fashion center of the city. It was like fat.
so good. Yes,
Life with
fat.
Bird were on the show.
Oh my God.
Acne,
Yes.
That was the first acne store
Yeah.
was there.
Oh my God.
There was just everything. Arthur Gallen,
Oh my God.
Ben Sherman.
Pre H&M
It
takeover.
really was pre H&M.
The photo shoot is for client Impulse, which I was
Yes.
like, wow, with these 2010 references.
Yes.
Impulse, and they do it all into Grave Street.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
You could go to Jungle Juice
Sorry,
for a
Melbourne.
Vietnamese iced coffee and then get a bit of the Impulse body spray.
Impulse body spray. Then it starts raining at the shoot, and they're all like, oh, that's Melbourne for you. Four
seasons in a
one
day.
Back in Sydney at judging, Alana Hill joins the panel,
Yes.
which was a delight. And Alana vibes with Kim. I think she
Yeah.
knows she's an outcast. She's like, I see you.
Yeah.
You're the weird girl. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then unfortunately she can't convince the rest of the judges, and Kim gets eliminated.
I know.
But
one of the most explosive
exits. She does not hug the girl. She's like, cool, great. Can I leave now?
Oh,
I'd like to
but
leave.
The best part about this is that all the judges go, I see so much potential in you, which is there was like softening of go and
Stop
get
being a
fucked
bogan.
and you're not getting anything from this.
100%.
Like, thank you. We've taken everything
Yeah.
we could. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
But I see so much potential in you.
It's really hard to watch, especially. So she leaves. Obviously, she leaves in a bit of a tiff, but not really. She just didn't want to have to hug the girls because she's
Yeah.
not a fake bitch. She didn't want to have
she
to be
knew that
fake.
everyone was making fun of her the whole time.
Exactly.
She didn't want to play that.
And
And I
then
get that. But she also goes, one of my, like what I loved, I think Sarah says to her, I see so much potential in you and like you're going to do great things in fashion. I want you to continue. And Kimberly goes, well, I'm not. This is my fashion journey
was it.
ending. I'm 20 years old. I need, like my dad says, I need to get real. I need to get a life.
That's right.
And that's it. And it's like that.
The fashion industry's beaten her down.
beaten her down, but hopefully she left and became the manager of the meter maids.
Totally.
Or
Fuck him.
uni.
Yeah. The world is
Or
her oyster.
I've looked up a lot
You
of
had
these
little
girls
look?
in the last week, and I haven't been able to find anyone.
Anything. Yeah.
They're all like on.
Well, Amanda has
missing.
kids and stuff now. She's just like
Yes,
in
Amanda
Brisbane.
quit fashion in 2013.
But she looks amazing, and she looks like she's like having a cute time with her
Sophie's
kiddies.
still gorgeous.
So,
She's got a hot husband, couple of kids.
Amazing.
I know.
The other sad bit, I think, as well, is it's like, so she leaves and she's upset, and then they double down. Like, she's gone, guys. Like, you can stop now. But they don't. They're like, they do the whole, someone else could have had this opportunity.
Oh, this
They
is
really
bullshit.
rub it in. It's like, guys, do you
Yeah.
not see that, like, she just didn't fit in? She needed, like, a different,
But like it didn't really seem like they made much of an effort with her.
No.
They just like to make fun of her behind her back.
Yeah, exactly.
Including, which we really skimmed over. Do you think Kimberly had to wear glasses in the Channel V shoot? Or could she read the prompter or not?
I think she made it up.
I think she made it up too,
I
but I
would've
would
done the
have
same.
made it up as well. Save face.
She made it up. Episode 6 is called Magazine Animals. And I love this. It's so Kimberly, no one else has done this yet, but Kimberly leaves like a lipstick on the mirror message a la Drag Race, and it's like, fuck yous all.
Yes.
Go, Kate, beat those bitches. And they're all like, oh, so now we're bitches.
Yeah.
Brittany tells us she's sad. She's been in the bottom twice. Brittany's kind of a bit frumpy. Is that word okay to use?
Just not, but also like not here nor there. Like,
Yeah. Didn't need her on the show.
yeah, probably could have kept Kimberly one extra week. Like,
This next bit is fucked. This is the bit where Jez Smith and some other gay take the girls' makeup off and they just read their faces to filth.
yes.
And it's so weird. I'm like, for what?
I also don't have a memory of that happening in another
I can't.
cycle,
No,
but
neither.
also another country.
No.
It was like a very weird.
And like, if it was to
thing.
show them some poses or like ways to hold their face, I would have gotten
Well,
it. But
because
they
they
literally.
kept saying a lot of the shoots, like everyone's jaws
Yeah,
are so
jaw,
tight.
yeah.
Your jaw's so tight, you need to relax. It's like,
Yeah.
well, teach them.
Do some jaw exercises. Yeah.
Teach them
Give them some
something to.
MDMA. That'll get the jaw moving. No, but it's like fucked. And even Jez tells one girl to like stop eating sugar at one point. He's like, oh, you've broken out there. I'm like, she's fucking 17. Of
Yeah,
course
she's
she's broken
a
out.
child.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, stop eating sugar and that'll sort itself out. I'm like, so yeah, my heart broke a little bit in this
Yeah.
bit. Like, I was trying to enjoy it as like, oh, this is silly TV. And I'm like, this actually makes me feel really gross.
I know.
Yeah. Then they shoot a TV commercial for Telstra.
Oh.
And the theme is life of the party. Just what I think when I think Telstra is life of the party. And it's so funny. They're like, so they're all wearing like suits and they're really boring. And then they rip off the suits and guess what? They're actually party girls and they have a party. Wow. I'm like, wow, fire you whole creative team.
That
Telstra.
is, really something. Whoever's in partnerships really messed that up.
Yeah. And the photo shoot, they get given animals. It's very Britney with the python.
Yes.
Someone gets like a goldfish.
Yeah. I think Sophie.
So,
She has
Sophie's
a
holding a fish.
jug of goldfish. Amanda gets a pig.
A pig and a baby alligator. The pig was the cutest.
The
I
pig
love
was
that
so
little
cute.
pig. And Britney was right to be feeling anxious about going home because this was her week.
That was her week.
And now she lives
In a different world.
Episode 7 is called Fashionably Freezing. So this is the one where they send them to like...
Is it like the Blue Mountains
yeah,
or
something
something?
like that.
Or, yeah.
The snow.
And they have to choose between photo shoots and wearing fur.
And yeah, I love this.
You don't need to wear the fur.
They're like, if you
but-
want to kick up a fuss and like have a stance on fur...
Yeah,
you
it was
could.
really making a point. And they all, I think, chose to wear the fur to get the photos.
Yeah, because it's like...
But in the runway, at the end in the judging panel, they say to Dolly... Jessica. They say, well, you never have to choose between your morals and a photograph.
Fuck off.
And they try to read her.
But if
because
she
she's like,
didn't
"Oh,
do it, they would have gone, Well, you know, the clients.
Exactly.
The clients spent
I
a
think
lot of money on that fur.
They expected her to not do it, and she just
It was
like,
a trap.
I'm going to do it.
It was a
And then
fucking
they
trap.
decided to still tell her off about it. And I think Charlotte goes, well, we would never make you do that. And it's like, Charlotte, you would absolutely make them do that.
Yeah. And they did make them do it. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But before that, they do the Bonds thing. So they all get to be a Bonds girl, just like Ruby Rose.
In the Bonds rock and roll.
They do. It's an Evermore concert.
Evermore!
They go to an Evermore concert and they rock up in undies and dance on stage with
Dance on
Evermore.
stage.
Like,
Oh.
holy shit. This took me back. But yes.
This really took me back to, it was like, I remember watching this and
Yeah.
I remember wanting to be on that stage dancing in my underwear.
And Chris Smith is here too, who dated
Yes.
Danny Minogue for a while.
Yes.
He's like that hot
Yes.
British model
And he's
guy.
like, oh, I wouldn't dance on stage in my underwear.
I was like,
wouldn't do
well,
that.
I want you to. He was hot.
Justice for Chris Smith. Get you up there.
Chris, yeah.
Oh, daddy.
That was very, very funny. Johanna, she was the English girl. She's like, I'm from England, but I live in South Australia now. And she was really boring. She lives in a different world, so it's all good.
You know, it's funny. I'm like, she must have been in a different world because I don't remember this whatsoever, or her.
Yeah.
Was she the one that danced too sexy on the stage for Evermore?
Oh, maybe.
Remember there was one of them who like, I just really felt the rock and music. And so we were down on the ground and I just really felt it. And Sarah got upset.
Episode 8 is called Now It's Serious. And
it
this is fucked. They like give them shoes that don't fit.
Yeah.
Like another, like the list of like work safe claims.
I mean.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And they're all falling over and they've all got calluses and shit. They made them walk around Sydney for like 2 hours.
Yes. And they have to walk from like...
Excuse me?
I think they walk from like Martin Place all the way into Circular Quay.
Quay, yeah, and
just
back.
make them walk around up and down
And
stairs.
up the hills.
And it is so hard, even in just normal sneakers, to walk around that
that.
area because of the hills,
Exactly.
the stairs, the bluestone.
And
It's
then
awful.
Alex
It's a
Perry
nightmare.
is laughing when they're slipping out of the
Yes.
shoes. He's like, oh.
I would never do that as a straight man. I would never fall out of my shoes.
The photo shoot is on a yacht and it's with my
Here we go.
boyfriend, George Anthony.
Here we go.
Hot. Obsessed. He comes back
Yeah.
in. He has a really big role in like the later
I
seasons
think
of this
so.
show. I
Jen
think he's
Hawkins seasons.
yeah,
I
he's like a
think.
judging panel.
Yeah.
He's so hot.
Beautiful.
And Sarah Murdoch rocks up to set.
Ooh.
Hi, girls.
Hi, girls.
Girls.
Hi, girls.
Girls.
Girls, we're going to get you girls. Girls to do a photo shoot today, girls.
Kelsey gets red for her posing. They're like, it's very 80s catalogue. 'Cause
Yeah.
She's just kind of like doing like
Yeah.
these ones.
I mean, she's using too much of the boat.
Yeah.
But we get
Maybe
good
it's
pics.
Chrissy's boat. The,
Yeah.
the just for fun. At judging, they love Amanda still.
Love.
No
I mean,
shit.
but that
Spoiler
picture of her
alert,
lying
Amanda's
across
the
boat,
favourite.
Amazing. But
And-
Sophie delivers
Yes.
the
She looks
Armani
good on a
picture.
yacht.
She looks good. She's in the tux, her hair's slicked
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
and she's wearing, I think, quite ugly shoes that detract. But it is a gorgeous picture, really, really, really
Yeah.
fab picture. And they reference that from that episode until the very end. Like that's the best picture that's taken. Yeah.
And Catherine with the small boobs gets sent home.
Catherine.
Sorry, girl.
She lived in a different world.
She lives in a different world. Episode 9, Lost in Translation.
Okay, baby. Now I have to ask you something. So, do you only ever invite me on this pod for shows, Australian shows that go to shoot in Japan?
So the last time Stephen was
second
here,
time.
we talked about a Foxtel show where they go to Japan, and here we are again. We're going to Tokyo, girls.
We're
girls.
Aussie girls in kimonos.
This would have been 2010. Was that like Gwen Stefani?
Oh,
was,
Harajuku
she was
Girls, I
doing
think
that.
so.
She was hardcore appropriating.
Yeah,
and we were
yeah.
all here for it.
Yeah, with her Love Angel music baby dancers.
They fly to Tokyo. This is, some of the behind the scenes of this are like a little bit boring because they're all just like, oh, I've never been on a plane before, never been
Yeah.
overseas, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they do all the things. They put them in like kabuki looks.
Yeah.
They make them go on a TV show called Kawaii TV, which is like so
know.
fabricated, but who cares?
Yeah.
And my favorite bit is when they get sent a DVD with the Sarah Mail on it. The hotel.
DVD.
So Japan.
I know, so Japan. But also, like, so the kimono pictures, it's like they'd never seen a kimono before. And so
Yeah.
the pictures are all just kind of standing there going,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, podcast, you won't be able to see this, but
Yeah.
they're like questioning themselves, like,
Yeah.
what am I doing here?
Also, like, the whole thing was like, oh, how are they going to understand anything? Probably the interpreter that they've paid for you to have. Like, they had an interpreter the whole time.
And they keep talking about like, oh, you've really
hard.
you've got to understand what they're saying. You've really got to like just be in
guys-
tune with a different culture. And it's like there's an interpreter offside going, can you lift your
Do
head?
this. Yeah. Jessica and her tight jaw get eliminated.
They do. I mean, eliminated in Japan. Do you think she's still there?
Yeah. Imagine that's part of it. Like, you just have to stay there.
Make
You
your
don't
own
get the
babe
flight
back,
home.
bitch. Virgin Blue's not flying back.
The final three is the name of episode 10.
Wow. Okay, they're really set up that something else is gonna.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a shift in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. This is when it's Game on Moles.
Yeah.
Kelsey, Amanda, and Sophie, our
Yeah.
top three.
Top three.
They're mates, but now they're starting to, turn on each other.
Throughout the season, did you think they were going to be the top three?
Yeah, I remember watching this at the time, and like the house we were in, we were all huge Kelsey stans.
She was a real cool girl.
Well, she had good personality, and also
Yeah.
they were hating on her for being short, so she had the underdog thing.
Yes.
The literal underdog thing, where you're like, you want her to do well,
Yeah, and you do. You want them to like succeed expectations.
Yeah.
Because I think throughout the whole season they do a really good job at really putting Sophie, Amanda, Kelsey,
Yeah.
and Kimberly in the forefront. And so it was interesting that Kimberly was knocked out so early.
Yeah.
Or halfway through.
Yeah.
There was just so
I would have
much,
loved
like-
Kimberly in the top three.
Top
but
three.
I think she was too chaotic.
And also too, like grading people would just be like, if she wins, that's annoying. But also it's kind of amazing when someone like that would win.
Yeah.
Even if it was like a Big Brother or like any of those early aughts reality shows,
Yes.
someone that was like a bit bogan or a bit normal or natural, they would win, and then they'd go on to do, Sarah Marie Bum Dance, or they could go and do those.
She's
big
giving
things.
Sarah Marie levels
Yeah.
of iconography.
Yeah, I think so.
Claudia joins us again, and we
She's
do the
back.
Harper's Bazaar shoot.
Yes.
Um,
And only one of these shoots is going to make it to the front of the
Front,
magazine.
yeah.
Really good fun foreshadowing in that
really
episode.
good foreshadowing, because only one person will win.
Only
and
one
that
person
one
will
person
win.
will be correctly identified at at the live finale. So is this a first? I can't recall another time, not just on Australia's Next Top Model, but any top model, where you vote for the winner.
Oh, no such thing.
And they clearly never did it ever
Never
again.
in the States.
Yeah, never.
I don't think they did it in Britain. I don't remember
No.
that. But also, I don't remember them opening up to a live
Yeah.
vote in Australia. Even when this was on, I'm like,
I think it shows how popular this was at the time that they did that.
yes.
And this live finale, like, let's get into it.
But
It was, yeah.
yes. So before we do, I just think, how did they keep it a secret if there was that many people in the audience that this thing
I think you could
happened?
still vote, like, during the live finale.
Like
they kept
yeah.
cutting.
So they kept it up.
Yeah,
to,
I think so.
Okay, maybe that's where the mistake lied. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead.
No,
sorry.
no. So this live finale, it's wild. Like, yeah, like I said, it shows how popular the show is, because they thought they could do this full production show.
The catwalks, the
Yeah.
music performance, the tap solo. It was all there in the
The
live.
tap solo was
tap
amazing.
solo.
The dance numbers at the start,
Yeah.
the
Mad Men-esque.
electro swing,
Yes. That-
Great Gatsby.
Oh, Great Gatsby. It was all super bizarre.
I know. And then it was like a reunion. It was actually giving Drag Race live finale
Yes.
vibes.
That's true.
Because like they all come out, they do a walk.
Yeah.
Sarah Murdoch interviews the girls. And then we go from 3 to 2. So Sophie gets cut.
Sophie gets cut.
mid-ep. Which
I was
like,
I was shocked.
I was like,
actually
okay.
thought that I thought it was Sophie and Amanda.
oh,
top
really?
two.
No,
Yeah.
I knew she wasn't going to do it because she just had too much of a one-note vibe.
She lived in a different world.
She lived in a different world. But fuck, they drag it out. This live finale went forever.
Yeah. They really did drag it out. There was like numbers. There was aerial acrobatics.
Yeah.
There was a band from New Zealand that sang a song.
Was that Evermore?
No, it was
It's a different
called,
one.
Kids of 88.
Oh my God.
And they sing some song and they do catwalks. It was really something.
Fuck.
The whole is just chaotic.
And then in the most chaotic moment, or one of, in Australian reality TV history,
Sarah holding her earpiece
Sarah
to her ear.
fucking Murdoch announces Kelsey as the winner.
Kelsey.
And so I remember this moment. Look, you might remember where you were during 9/11. You might remember where you were, I remember where I was when Sarah Murdoch wrongly
Were you watching the live
announced.
finale?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were
It was
screaming.
Yeah, it truly was wild.
So if you're not gonna watch, if you're listening to
kinda
to this and you're not gonna watch this whole season, don't blame me.
Don't.
But go do yourself a favor and hop on
watch.
and just watch the finale moment.
It's like the last 6
It's
episodes, 6 minutes
wild.
of the episode. Yeah.
So basically, she's fed the wrong info. She reads out Kelsey's name. Kelsey does a victory. She starts giving a speech. She's like, I want to thank the crew, the other girls, the judges, and fuck you, Alex Perry. I'm not shot.
Yeah.
To then,
Thanks for the girls for keeping me on
my
my toes.
All 4 centimeters of my toes.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Sarah and her face, you see her face just drop. And she's like this.
She's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And she's got her finger on her earpiece.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, I actually feel sick.
I can't do that. I feel sick.
No.
Oh,
no.
my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's Amanda.
It's Amanda.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
so sorry, Kelsey.
I'm so sorry. And then she just starts, it's actually wild. She's like, starts kind of spiraling and going, oh, look, that's why just live television is so crazy, you guys. Like, he's on this crazy, oh my God.
But Kelsey's reaction is like, it's okay.
She's amazing. She's like, oh my
it's
God,
okay,
it doesn't
guys. Don't worry
matter.
about it. It's okay. It's okay. And Amanda's standing there going,
Yeah.
shrugging like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I won. It was like,
It was fucked. But
fucked.
amazing.
So bizarre.
Do you reckon she got a Ford Fiesta out of it?
Well, Kelsey got $25,000.
Okay, good.
And a trip to New York.
Amazing.
And then Amanda got everything else. Like,
they
including
split the prize.
No.
Oh, they gave her the full prize.
Foxtel,
Okay, good.
Amanda got the full prize, and then Kelsey got given $25,000 cash and a trip to New York.
What I would give to
Yeah.
see the inside of Foxtel HQ.
But I'm like, I've got my tinfoil hat on this one, and I don't trust it. I don't believe it. The shitstorm that it created afterwards, and it was everywhere. There was like Gawker pieces. There was Daily Mails.
Yeah.
There was so many like think pieces around it.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, oh, that happens back then. But
was
watching it now, I'm
huge.
like, this is so fake. Even Sarah just does not come across as someone who fucks up.
So you reckon she did it on purpose?
I think it was like part of the thing. I think it was a ratings grab.
I think
tinfoil hat.
tinfoil hat. Oh my God, have you seen M.I.A. has designed a range of tinfoil hats,
Oh my God.
bucket hats?
And it's like
Amazing.
Anti 5G
So
caftans.
good.
Oh.
That's the cringe of the week there.
I
No,
take it back.
I don't think Sarah is capable of that level of acting. Like, it's too the face, like her face is too. That was a fuck up. You can't fake that shit.
But I'm like she does not seem that because she's doing this like holding it like
I think
oh
tinfoil
my
hat.
God.
My tinfoil hat is that whoever fed her the information.
Oh, you think?
They
You reckon Lachlan was up
stitched her
there?
up. Lachlan
was like,
was
all right, Sarah,
rubbing
you're gonna-
one out.
You're going to say Kelsey's the winner? And so she does it, and then 5 minutes later they go, actually, it's Amanda. Gotcha,
Oh my
hun.
God. I can't believe she still hosted the season after this.
Did
I
she
would have
really?
fired her on the spot.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm still my tinfoil hat. It's like they kept her on. But then also, like, Sarah's explanation was that they fed her the information as Kelsey 1, Amanda 2. And so she was like, well, Amanda's the runner-up. And that was the reasoning of how they said to her.
So you
I've deep dived.
Oh, great.
I've like tried to find every single person on this show.
Well, I think if you say the word Kelsey 1, that sounds like either she's 1 or she's number 1.
Yeah, but I'm also like, wouldn't you have like tech rehearsed the shit out of this, being like,
100%.
okay, so there's 3 names
because
you
they
need
had
to
the
remember,
tap
Sarah.
solo to tech rehearse.
Oh god, that's what they're doing.
I
And
blame
Kids of-
Josh
and Kids of
Flynn.
88.
Oh my God, we didn't even say. So Josh Flynn at the finale, they're like, Josh, so I know you can't pick your favorites, but who do you want to win? He's like, oh no, I've got a favorite. He's like, I'm Team Amanda.
Oh yes.
He's like
Well, and-
says he wants Amanda to win. I'm like, Josh, you're the mentor.
Yeah, but I think they all were a bit like that. Weren't they? Like,
I think the rest of them were a little
Alex
bit more
Perry was
diplomatic.
he was like, I want Amanda.
Yeah,
I want
because
Amanda,
she's
blah, blah, blah.
taller,
Tall.
like 4 centimeters.
And then I think each of the 3 judges had one person that they were championing.
Except for Sophie.
Except for poor Sophie.
Oh.
No.
Well, Stephen, we did it. We did it. We successfully relived
2010.
trauma. I hope you're looking after yourself
Thank
in
you.
these difficult times. And let us know. I want to know in the comments, tinfoil hats and all.
Go
Was
on.
Sarah Murdoch stitched up? Was she in the tent on the conspiracy? What were you doing when that moment happened? I want to know. Where were you when the moon landing was faked? Well, I'm going to go bring the Ford Fiesta around and let's go have a drink.
Perfect. Let's do it.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremant. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.